Well, good afternoon, John. Thanks for joining me for a interview virtual style here.
Thank you for having me, Allison.
Yes, definitely. We'd love to feature you as a Spotlight Feature Friday. And one of your alumni, John Kilgore, was featured last week. So it seems only appropriate that we have this time with you.
Yeah, very, very proud of John. He's done a lot of good things.
Yeah. Well, so tell us what you love most about playing the trumpet.
Um, since I had a little bit of a forewarning of your questions, I thought some of this through. I have loved trumpet since I was in fourth grade. I don't even know what. My dad was a high school band director, so I'm like, I want to play that. And so one time I came home from my school and a little conductor cornet was sitting on my bed. I thought that was the best thing ever. So it's been a long love affair. I still love it. Love playing in groups, especially. Love collaborating with wonderful musicians such as yourself. And I think that one of the things that attracts me to the trumpet is the legendary Adolf Herseth, principal trumpet for 50 years in the Chicago Symphony, in an interview said, the trumpet is capable, musically speaking, of great destructive power and great beauty. And he said, use both. So it can be heroic sounding and also be just lovely and sweet. And so the variety of sounds you can make is always been appealing to me.
Good, good. Are there any particular memorable concerts or teaching moments that you've enjoyed?
Um, Concerts, yeah, I've been fortunate enough a couple of years in the past to be able to play a Mahler symphony down with West Virginia Symphony, which you asked me. Favorite composer is an upcoming question. I'd have, like all good brass players, probably have to say Mahler, but there's just something else happens when you're on stage doing that. And one other memorable performance, my last performance in little Owensboro, Kentucky, playing trumpet there. It was the conductor's last concert, and he'd always wanted to program Death and Transfiguration, Strauss. It was an incredibly moving piece. That's the only time I ever got to play it. He is, during his last concert, the last piece on the podium, tears are just streaming down his face, and it was hard to keep playing because it was so powerfully moving. The theme at the end, and so that one sticks out. Favorite, what else did you ask? Oh, favorite teaching moments. I'm proud to say I still love coming here every day and teaching my students. I would say rather than teaching moment, I'm very proud of so many of my students. But I want to answer that one by saying my favorite thing I think about college teaching is taking a student who doesn't have a great background but is willing to work hard. And at first you think, I don't know if they're going to make it. If they try hard, maybe they'll be all right. And then they just take off and take everything to heart and embrace the whole music and OU experience and take advantage of all their teachers and turns into a great musician and player and person and teacher. And the underdogs, I guess, those are probably my favorites, the ones that seemingly overachieve. And I think we all have a pretty good number of those.
So you mentioned, yeah, your favorite composer. Do you want to extemporize any more there, or?
Oh, just Mahler. Every time I play or even listen to, I think this is just some of the most incredible, beautiful, powerful music ever written. Um, so I love Bach. Also, it's always like, how could anyone not? But um, I also, in the favorite category, something that people maybe wouldn't expect or know is that if I had to name one favorite performer slash artist of all time, Desert Island, one CD, has to be Ella Fitzgerald. She is the most, I heard her live once, actually back a long time ago, and I think she is one of the most amazing, compelling artists who ever lived.
Nice.
Vocal jazz. I mean, most people know who that is, but
How about in the 23 years that you've taught at OU? What have been some of your most enjoyable moments? You mentioned teaching moments, of course, but yeah, enjoyable.
I would have to say interaction with colleagues such as yourself. I know we all keep saying this, and I think the students feed off of this, but OU, the School of Music, is an incredibly collegial, respectful place. We all have lots of friends who teach other places, and that is not always the case, often not the standard even. So just whether musically or on a committee or just socially, just my friends and colleagues, and it's nice to be able to say friends and colleagues all in the same sentence, and it's not that way everywhere, and I very much value that. And one of the reasons I really, once I got here, never ever really was interested in going anywhere else. One of the main reasons, anyway. Plus, great family town. My family loved Athens, etc.
Yeah, I would totally agree. That's my answer if I were to get asked that question. So good. Has anything changed or stood out for you in the time that you've been in the School of Music?
I would say, at least for the brass area, the thing I like the best is the level of student that auditions and that we accept and that comes here. I mean, there is the wide variety, but that seems to strengthen over the years. I think we are known as a serious place for music study. I think that has strengthened even over the years. Also, we just keep saying things like this. We keep hiring amazing young, well, these days, the new faculty seem young compared to back in the days when I used to be the young new faculty. So
What
uh,
happened?
I don't know. It kind of slipped up. But, like Lucas and Dominique Petit, Dr. Petit, our new choral music ed person, lives right next door to me up in Westfield Place, and she's amazing. And my students rave about her. So well, there's a lot of musicians and teachers wanting to work out there, but we keep finding great faculty. So between the faculty and the students, it's no complaints. And I think that gets stronger.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, name three things you can't live without.
Well, besides music, right?
Right.
Um, my daughters, Jess and Kelly, Jess here in Athens, a music therapist, and Kelly works at the University of Denver, and Kat, my partner, who teaches, who's taught here for 1 year now, teaches up at Ohio State. Biking, I have become a road bike fanatic, keeps me sane-ish. And I have to put in that list craft beer.
Are those hobbies or are those essentials? Oh,
Yes to all of the above.
that sounds good. Okay. How about a favorite film?
um, I love the film To Kill a Mockingbird. The book too, but the film with the actors, Gregory Peck and all that, and the message, especially these days, it's awesome. And if I had to name a favorite actor, I might have to say Paul Newman. He was in so many great films. It's old school and all that, but Cool Hand Luke and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids. I obviously like the old. Well, I guess they're classics now. They don't seem that old, but
That's good. Actually, it's interesting. I have To Kill a Mockingbird on my audiobooks right now.
ah,
So
so,
I'm
yeah.
yeah, right there with you. See, that's what our faculty do. We have similar things that we enjoy.
Yes, and interests and
Good.
passions.
Yeah. Okay, three favorite places to eat in Athens. This is
Okay.
my question.
Yeah, there's a lot of well, that okay. That's one thing that's changed over the years. There are better and better places to eat in Athens compared to 20 years ago. So I got to put Grand Ranchero on there. I love that place. Thai Paradise, Eclipse now. Well, it's Kaiser's Barbecue slash Eclipse. That's a great venue up there, both to eat and drink craft beer at, and also there's been a good amount of music up there, including one of my former students has played there a couple times in a little swing band thing. So I mean, that's just a great addition to the Athens scene. And you got to add lunch at Brennan's. Love lunch at Brennan's too.
Good. And of course, yeah, Eclipse is on the bike path.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. You're
There
getting
was a Chris Hayes and I have several times done a loop and ended up back in my bike path, and just happened to stop there accidentally before we get back to Athens.
yeah. Great, John. Thank you so much for this
Okay. Well,
opportunity.
thank you, Allison,
Yeah,
and hello to all our alumni and friends and supporters, and thank you.
absolutely. Your Facebook community will enjoy. So thanks for this time together.
My pleasure. Thanks, Allison.